Okay, so there's a lot to go over in this video, so let's just get started. So I had this idea to make a character holding up a piece of ham. Let's see if we can see that. Okay, so I'm going to set up the character, so let's jump over to OpenToonz. Okay, we'll call this Get Your Ham. Append, hit OK. And new scene, we'll just call it ham scene 1. 1920 by 1080, 24 frames a second, create scene. And we'll create a new Toonz raster level. And we'll call this, we'll want this to be Hamboy Rough. Hit OK. Because we're going to have another character. And he'll be on a separate column. So let's hit under level palette, let's hit plus and come down here to raster tab and pick our brush. And I like to use this 2B pencil brush right here. Let's change it to a blue color and let's pick our brush. I think that works. 0.22 for the brush size. So let's just kind of figure out, let's just start drawing. So let's just draw a Hamboy. Okay, and then we'll figure out the mouth shapes and stuff. So crooked bent nose like this. And then I kind of want to do this mouth like this. So I'm basically just trying to recreate pretty much what I sketched here. Okay, I'm going to set that off to the side for reference. And since this is our own character, it doesn't have to be perfect. It comes back like this. It has this little knob on the top. And he's got these little things on his cheeks. And his hair is 1, 2, 3, and then 1 like that. Okay, so it's kind of like two bulges on this side and 3 on this side. Okay, and then let's go ahead and get his. Go ahead and just kind of see what his body might feel like. Okay, like here's his arm. It's got this ham. That's the ham bone. Okay. Maybe the ham comes out like this. Maybe it has this bone on the back like that. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna clean it up a bit. Get it shade in his hair. Kind of like that. And then let's just try to figure out where this ham is sitting, you know, so that's maybe that's where that bone was, and maybe his hand's right here, and the fork. Just gonna keep it simple. Okay, so this is Hamboy. So let's come over here and create a new Toonz raster level, and we'll do HB for Hamboy, mouth. Okay. And let's take Hamboy and extend him down, just say 31 frames. And we'll lock that layer and we'll change the opacity down. Okay, so I'm going to use my chart over here for reference. Let's create a new brush. And we'll just go straight to ink. We'll just do an ink brush. And if we come down here to the raster tab, I like to use this Kabura ink. Let's change the size all the way down to -3 and see what that feels like. Let's bump it up some. Okay, so that's our first mouth. Okay, so now let's hit insert keyframe, come down to frame 2, and this will be the, okay. So let's just start drawing, and I think I want to show his tongue on this one. Okay, we could fill this in black. So let's insert frame. So that's our second mouse shape. So let's go here and do more of a like that with no R. So it's going to be like really kind of sagging and no tongue. Insert frame. And then we'll go to drawing 4. And this will be ooh. So I like to do 2 kind of oohs. I like one where it's really out here, like stretched out. And then let's go to frame 5. And let's do another one that's more like ooh, like this. Smaller. And so the E, let's draw back the mouth. So on 6, let's go E. Let's get it kind of back here. E. We can fill that in black. And we can change these. This isn't permanent. It's not set in stone. And we can add mouse shapes, and we don't have to use them all. So let's insert keyframe and go to frame 7 and do the. So you could add a tongue here. I am just going to have just teeth. And this might be the only time you see the teeth. Because I did an animation once and the tongue was out, and then it popped out and it just flashed on screen, and I didn't really like it. So let's go to drawing 8. We're going to do la. So we'll do the L shape. La. Let's try la. So the tongue is pushing on the back of the mouth, or the roof of the mouth. La. Kind of behind the teeth. So you could show the teeth here, but I'm going to try to leave the teeth off as much as I can. Let's go to 9 and do S, Z, K, X, N, T, a T. I just want to go back and see what this one looks like. That's 6. So I want it to be different from 6. So let's come down here and do like that. Yeah, and that could be a in between to go from down to Let's do one more. Let's show 2, turn on onion skin, and let's go to 10, and I want to do like a in between in here where I kind of still see the tongue, and I'm getting into the our very first shape. Okay, so it's gonna go from from 2 to 10 to 1. Okay, so let's do one more in between. So let's go to 9 and hit insert frame, and we'll do 10. Yeah, so I want one in between 2 and 10. This will be in between 2 and 10. And so this is just kind of a cushion, like an in between. So we're going to go 2, 10, 11, 1. Okay, let's turn off onion skinning. 2, 10, 11, 1, if we need to. Okay. We might not need to, but I'd rather pop open the mouth, and then ease into the closed, as opposed to easing into the open and popping into the closed. Okay. And you know, if there's any special mouths you want to add, like, feel free to add those. So maybe this one is when he's talking, but if he's yelling, you know, maybe his eyes are closed and he's like, you know, maybe you do see his teeth there. I'm gonna leave them off. You know, this could be another mouth. Let's go over here to drawings and just make sure we have those 12. Okay, so these are our drawings. So if we go back to our main room, let's just delete these off of here. And if we go back to our drawing tab, we still have those. Okay, we didn't lose them. They're still here. Okay. And that's what we're going to use to do our dialogue. Okay, the other thing we want to make sure and set up is if we come up here to File, Configure Shortcuts, we want to do Drawing Substitution. Okay, so I have mine set to hotkeys J and K, and this will allow us to flip through all of those mouth shapes that we made earlier, 1 through 12. And we can go, if we go backwards, it will go 1, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8. If we go forward with the K, it will go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So make sure and set that up. Copy these mouth shapes, make your own mouth shapes, whatever, and just have fun with it. Again, happy animating and take care.